Hello dear students, I am Dr. Shelly, your ophthalmology faculty, and today we are going to discuss questions which have been asked in ophthalmology in the recently conducted INI-CET exam. Coming to the first question, which of these causes iritis? Now this is a multiple correct options question. SLE, psoriatic arthropathy, Behçet's disease, ulcerative colitis or rheumatoid arthritis. Now, if you have read the last minute revision notes which I had provided you, then this question has been answered in that. Now, there is a long list of causes of the disorders which are causing anterior uveitis or iridocyclitis. So, we can divide it as infective causes. First of all, infective causes like endophthalmitis, tuberculosis, then your leprosy, okay. So there are a lot of causes, cytomegalovirus, herpes simplex, but you need not remember all of them. The important ones are endophthalmitis, tuberculosis, leprosy, histoplasmosis, okay, toxoplasmosis, toxocara. Then autoimmune causes like Still's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, SLE, Wegener's granulomatosis, Reiter's disease, phacoanaphylactic endophthalmitis, sympathetic ophthalmitis and ulcerative colitis. So they are almost all the autoimmune diseases cause uveitis also. Then HLA associated diseases, now HLA-B27 like ankylosing spondylitis and Reiter syndrome, and HLA-B5 like Behçet's disease. Then your sarcoidosis, collagen disorders, metabolic diseases like diabetes mellitus and gout, they can also cause iritis, multiple sclerosis, psoriasis and idiopathic causes. So coming back to the question, if we see SLE, psoriatic arthropathy, Behçet's, HLA associated, ulcerative colitis autoimmune, rheumatoid arthritis autoimmune, SLE autoimmune, all these can cause iritis. So the answer is all of the above. Coming to the next question, primary open angle glaucoma, what is true for that? Incidence in first degree relative is 1%, risk in relatives for steroid induced glaucoma, when pupil is dilated IOP is increased, trabecular meshwork abnormality is seen. So coming to the question only, you can see options C and D, straight away you can count them out, because when you know pupil is dilated, IOP is increased, that is typical of angle closure glaucoma, because in angle closure glaucoma when the pupil dilates there is a pupillary block and because of that the angles close and there is a rise in IOP. So option C is already out. Option D. So now here the examiner is asking you about gonioscopy findings, okay. So they are asking that on gonioscopy you can see trabecular meshwork abnormality or not. So no, on gonioscopy the angles are normal open angles in a primary open angle glaucoma. So this is also out. Now we have a confusion between options A and B. Now, a study which was conducted in India in 2014, it established that in first degree relatives of patients with primary open glaucoma, there was a quite a high incidence of glaucoma in the first degree relatives. In siblings around 15%, in offsprings around 4% and in parents around 20%. So it is quite a lot more than the 1% which has been mentioned in the question. Also, Blue Mountain study which was conducted long time back in Western countries, they had also found that primary open angle glaucoma in a relative, the risk is around 2 to 4 times. The rate of risk is around 2 to 4 times as compared to the normal population. So option A is incorrect. The rate, relative risk and the incidence of primary open angle glaucoma in the first degree relatives is much more than 1%, okay. Now steroid induced glaucoma, as you know that steroid, they cause accumulation of the glycosaminoglycans in the trabecular meshwork and they decrease aqueous outflow by an open angle mechanism and they cause steroid induced glaucoma. Now steroid induced response is a normal thing, but it is exaggerated in certain people. Steroid induced response is seen in 8% of general population. That means that if you give them steroids, they will have increased IOP. That can be seen in 8% of the people. But in patients with open angle glaucoma, 90% of them will show steroid response, meaning in a patient who already has open angle glaucoma, 90% of them, if you give them steroids, their IOP will increase furthermore, okay. And other risk factors for steroid induced glaucoma are, importantly, family history of glaucoma, especially in a first degree relative. So if obviously when we have already said that in first degree relative the incidence of POAG is more. Similarly, as in POAG the risk of steroid response is more, therefore in first degree relative by comparison, by correlation, the steroid response will be more. Other risk factors are stronger steroids, diabetes, high myopia and connective tissue disorders. So now coming back to the question, option C I told you is wrong because this is seen in angle closure glaucoma. Option D is wrong because on gonioscopy trabecular meshwork will appear normal, the angle will appear normal. Option A is wrong because according to the various studies, the incidence in first degree relatives is much more than 1%. This option, option B, is correct because the risk for steroid induced glaucoma is greater in first degree relatives of patients with primary open angle glaucoma. Thank you.